So we all know the importance of getting out and donating our own blood, but what about our pets' blood? It's time for a very special Pet of the Week segment with Candy Lash from Dakin Humane Society and Carrie Gardent and Brenda Sayer from the Veterinary and Emergency Specialty Hospital. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Our pleasure.
So first of all, we can't start without saying who our other friend is here today.
Well, our adorable little friend is Mimi, and Mimi is, the minute you touch her, the minute you look at her, she starts to purr. She's really darling.
Well, that's what I was amazed about. She was a little bit tentative in the cage and coming out to the lights. Once you held her, she just melted.
She does. She absolutely does. And you should have heard the cry in the carrier on the way over here. You would never have imagined she's as relaxed as she is, but she's darling. She's what we like to call a social eater.
Okay.
The minute you approach her cage, not only does she start purring, but she goes over to her kibble dish and gets a little nibble, because she's so happy to have company. She's going to make somebody a really nice kitty. We understand that she prefers to be the only one. She actually came from a household where she was showing some stress as a result of a dog and the introduction of a kitten into the household. So we're thinking probably as the only queen of the household. For Mimi.
I don't blame her. I mean, she's an adorable kitty. She might as well get the #1 spot, all the attention.
She's adorable, and she's going to be a wonderful companion for somebody because she is so affectionate and so easygoing.
I would think so. Mimi, sit tight because we're going to talk about something that's actually very important to you. So, Brenda and Katie, tell us a little bit about the process, because oftentimes, you know, everyone always talks about people giving blood. Animals need blood too.
Right. I mean, last year we provided 180 transfusions for pets. So that's about 3 to 4 every week, which is quite a bit. So there's a whole process very similar to human blood donor drives that we have to use to ensure the blood products match. Carrie actually manages our blood program, so she'd be the person to give you some real details about that.
Carrie, tell us what the process is like then, if you have an animal and maybe they don't know if they want to give blood or not, but as the owner, you know if they want to give blood or not.
Yeah. Our animals go through a lot of pre-screening, making sure they're free of infectious diseases, making sure that the process is not too stressful for them. You know, that's definitely not something we would want to do. For our dogs, the actual collection, donation, they're done awake. We just gently hold them and talk to them and rub their noses and collect, you know, say as they do at the Red Cross, collect a unit of blood.
And it's probably just going to give blood today, everyone, if they want to go down there. It's almost a painless process. I would assume it is for pets too.
Absolutely. The process is fairly quick and similar to us. Again, they get up and they are completely recovered and they go on with the rest of their day, a few extra treats.
Yeah, and I bet they feel good on the inside knowing that they've given back to their fellow pet kind. Now, every pet has a different kind of blood.
Yes.
But even more so in that, different pets have different blood types.
That's right.
Absolutely. Dogs have 2 major categories. They have a 1.1 negative and a 1.1 positive, and those are their blood types. And cats, it's the same thing. Cats can be a type A or a type B. So we actually blood type our donors to make sure that they can be compatible with the population that needs blood out here.
So if people out there, maybe they've gone and given blood, but they want to go home and their pup sitting there and they want them to give blood too, how can they get in touch with you folks and how can they give you the blood that you so desperately need?
Well, we're fortunate right now that we have a great crew of blood donors, so we don't have a need right now. But when we do, we put something on our website, recruiting people. There is a process that all the pets need to go through to ensure that they're qualified for the program. They have to be certain ages, certain weights. Their blood needs to be tested. So it is quite a commitment, and we're just really fortunate right now to have so many donors available to us.
Well, I want to thank you so much for the work that the two of you do, and another great organization, obviously Dakin and Candy. You have Beat the Heat coming up too.
We do. Beat the Heat, special program. It's a grant-funded program through PetSmart Charities, and it has limited space available for this program that runs only during the month of February, and it is $20 to get your female cat spayed during that time. We have limited space available, only 250 slots. Some have already been booked. There are some restrictions on the use of this program, but we suggest that anyone interested in beating the heat, no unwanted litters this spring, give our clinic a call, 781-4019, and we will talk to you, get you booked for an appointment, and help you and your kitty out. And you know, as the folks at Vesh can tell you, there's great health benefits to making sure that your kitty is spayed as well.
Oh, I would think so.
We absolutely want to encourage everyone to do that. It's not only about overpopulation, it's making your kitty a healthier pet.
Now, Candy, you never like to toot your own horn. I'm going to toot Candy's horn for a second. You had a major milestone this week at Dakin. Tell us about it.
We did. Our wonderful spay-neuter clinic, speaking of them, rocked it out of the park this week. 34,000 animals have been helped through our spay-neuter clinic in just a little over 3 years. That's a dynamic team that works in that clinic. They do a super job, and I'm so happy to be able to be the PR person giving them a little shout out.
Well, because it's so important to get our pets care, but it's such a large cost that people sometimes shy away from it. So the fact that you can provide it at a reduced rate is tremendous. And lastly, you know, everyone, we're talking today, but everyone's really looking at Mimi. So tell us again a little bit about her and how people can get her.
She is a darling, six-year-old domestic long hair, brown tabby and white. She is so sweet and so affectionate. You know, we've been on the segment for quite a while. She has purred the entire time. And look at those handlebar mustachio whiskers. They are just priceless.
I've always dreamed of having a handlebar mustache, but now maybe I can adopt a cat that has one. Ladies, thank you so much for stopping by today for the work that you do in our community. 34,000. That's tremendous.
Thank you, Seth.
And to make Mimi the newest member of your family, you can call Dakin 781-4000, or you can visit our website, mymassappeal.com, later today for more information.